Xin chào quý vị đến với chương trình Hoàng Uyên Channel. Tôi là Hưng, giám đốc điều hành của công ty trách nhiệm hữu hạn thương mại giải pháp công nghệ Hoàng Uyên. Chủ đề talkshow hôm nay là giúp khách hàng nâng cao lợi nhuận và dẫn đầu trong thị trường. Trong buổi talkshow hôm nay, tôi có mời tới trường quay giám đốc kinh doanh cao cấp của hãng chế tạo giao cụ nổi tiếng trên thế giới đến từ Thụy Sĩ nhân ngày ghé thăm Việt Nam. Hãng mà tôi muốn nói tới là Ifanger và người tôi muốn tiếp chuyện hôm nay là ngài Olivier. Good morning, Mr. Olivier. Yes, nice to meet you, and welcome to my program. And thank you for your time joining with us.
My pleasure.
Yes, you may say something about for yourself and your Ifanger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm Olivier Flückiger, Swiss citizen, working since a few years for the company Ifanger. Ifanger is a Swiss producer of cutting tools, manufacturing all the tools by themselves in our own production plant in Uster. This is close to Zurich in Switzerland.
Now I wish to know something about Ifanger for history and for the company and how about markets and application for Ifanger for running business.
Yes. First, maybe about the history. The company was established in 1917 in Uster, the same place. And we developed our own tools for inner turning at the beginning, outer turning from the 30s, and counterboring from also 1934, something like that. And in the 90s, we developed the Knurling Tool that you also have and we sell. And in 97, we developed the microturn, which is now our core competence and main volume for the small inner turning of different metals and plastic.
I've learned that beginning of the Ifanger, you produce for high-speed steel turning tool, right?
Yes.
This is for big diameter of material.
Yes. We started with inner turning head. The system was completely different from the time that they had, the user that they had at this time. The system was completely different than the tools compared to the tool that they had at this time. Edouard Ifanger, the founder of the company, developed a system with a high-speed steel head, assemble and mount on the shaft.
Yes.
And this was much easier to do, was much cheaper and quicker to change. And this is what marked and this is what the company really pushed and made difference from others at this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when the market development, I think material development between building for high technology like carbide come out. So, why you change from produce from high speed steel to the new technology like carbide tool, and go with macro tools for sample?
We still produce the high-speed steel tools, mostly for maintenance use or special use.
Yeah.
But according to the change, to be able to follow the change that we had by our customers with the new machining concept, with the new machines, we had to move to carbide. The question was, shall we do it by the same product or something different? And we decided to go small. And we developed...
Why decide more? Because now is the market application many automotive have big size, but small size it's very narrow, right? Market, right?
You may be right in Vietnam.
Yeah.
In Switzerland, the big volume, the big parts disappeared slowly over the years. And what is now running are mostly, not only, but mostly small parts. And we focus on the region where the watch industry is installed. So mostly between Basel and Geneva, this axis. And here you will find every possible, imaginable machining.
They're focusing automotive or electronics?
We started with watch industry and the electronics and connectics.
Yes.
But also we also have some million parts machine in automotive for injections and such kind of things, where we use either Knurling tools or our microturn system.
System.
Yes.
Is the microturn system Ifanger produced from 1990, right?
1997 we presented, and
1997.
from May 98 we supply.
Yeah, 98 to supply to launch to markets.
And we were one of the 3 pioneers in this branch at this time.
At that time, we have a 3.
Yeah, at the beginning, the first MO where they presented the tools.
What MO? When?
98, I think. 98. They presented the first tools, and 3 companies came with similar system.
I see.
Yeah.
But Ifanger a little.
Of course.
Yeah. Fine. Now we can see the picture. Just now we have a little in for knurling and micro tool, boring tool. Micro boring it's a similar word is a micro turning, but inside only.
Only inside.
Inside only. But how to explain for audience, for people to understand well, for knurling, a little bit knurling of Ifanger and micro tool for inner boring tool and grooving tool.
I come back to the early 90s.
Yeah.
At this time, we had issues with the volume going down from high-speed steel tools. Yeah. And Mr. Spuller, the owner at this time, looked for something different to launch something new. And they took over a small company named Randag, and they started with Knurling tools.
Yes.
This was in 94. And a few years after, by selling this, they came also continuously in contact with people making small parts. So a few years later, they decided to go in and to start with this line, with the microturn line.
Yes.
And today, we export roughly a third of our volume. We focus now on Southeast Asia, Vietnam. Yes, this is my reason for coming. But not only, of course. And we have here a specific constellation that is really interesting for us and really challenging, because we make tools for people that need a really high accuracy, a very really long lasting tools, and predictability, so that you can schedule when that your machine will be stopped, will be maintained, etc. And we think that we have a huge potential in Vietnam. Let's come support and our good quality product.
Thank you. Now, when you launch a market, we must have the marketing, and we say to the customer which unit selling point of the Ifanger. So now you could tell me for USP of the Ifanger, for Knurling tool and micro boring tool.
Yeah. Before going in technical details, there's something important to know. In the genetic of the company, in our ground value, it's very important that the user, the guy at the machine, does not have to fight with the tools. So the system must be consistent, easy to handle, must be quick changed, and really very convenient. And this is something we have for this kind of tools.
Yes.
We have it also for our Knurling tools, but we also have it actually for our own old product in high-speed steel. And this is very important, because all the USP, the technical one, how we clamp the tool, how we produce our Knurling tools, they have roots coming from 1917. They have the same focus on the user, on the operator needs.
I see.
This is very important for us.
When a customer uses your tool for a boring tool is very important for center line, tip center.
Yeah.
If up and down, negative and positive, it cannot make for work be for insect resistant, right? So with design for the micro tool from Ifanger, how to make them to easy change? I mean, which change but resistant for tip when it touch material?
There's different point in your question.
Yeah.
Let's start maybe with the use of the system, with the holder, the clamping system and the tool.
Yes.
For Ifanger, it's really important to have not only a nice cutting tool and a nice cutting edge, but to have something that is linked to the machine in a proper way. So we have our own holder. We have a lot of different kind, adaptable for almost all machine you can find on the market. And this is giving you a first precision, a first positioning.
Yes.
In line with the machine. And then we have the clamping system. And the clamping system is really easy to use. We have a chamfer, a prism, and this prism position my tools quite effective.
Yes.
I feel it easy, the right position. Then I just have to put the wrench on it. I can come by the side, but I can come if you have several tools. You can come here, doesn't matter.
Even we no need to remove the shank.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
We just attack. But I think another mecha design, we have the cap, the outer cap, but not inner cap. But we have an inner cap. What different? What the advantage?
We have with the collet that we have here inside. I can show you. We have the advantage that the system is also damping vibration in a very efficient way. And this collet...
damping vibration, right?
Yes, because...
How to dampen vibration by this design?
Because when you clamp around the tool with such system and press it that way, you will lock the tool behind. You will push it in the seat on one side, and you have a pressure around the tool that is really damping the vibration on one side, and that is positioning the tool in the middle. Absolutely.
Yes.
Competitor frequently use some kind of system with a side screws.
Yes, I see. Lock
This
side lock.
This is good in terms of forces and etc. This is not the problem. But first, you push the tool out of the center a little, and then you have a very stiff fixture, and this is not good for vibration issues.
I see.
And our tools are made for long-term, big production, and therefore you really need a peaceful run and vibration-free and etc. Yeah.
No need to adjust, just a plug and play, right?
Yeah, it's just plug and play.
Plug and play.
We have two diameters,
But
4 and 6.
How to feel the force when we tighten the tool?
2 fingers is enough. It's really easy.
Yes.
You don't really need any big forces. We said 15 minutes. So that I know. So we said 15 minutes fixed.
I see.
15 minutes loose. Yeah.
It's easy, right?
Yeah.
So easy.
And you can on the machine. We have demonstration film. You can change this tool in 20 seconds, and you just clamp it with 2 fingers.
I see. And how about the knurling? What advantage from our knurling compared to the competitor?
We use high-speed steel mostly. Not only, we also have some in carbide. But mostly we use high-speed steel from bar, not from any powder technology. And the way we produce is very high quality. For example, the hole is honed. to have a better surface quality, to keep lubrication film, to make it smooth. And these are really long-lasting tools. And if really big volume are required.
Lubrication by cooling oil.
Excuse me?
Is lubrication by?
Lubrication is done with the coolant that you use on the machine. Either oil or emulsion. Yes. Yeah.
Easy.
This is important because you need to flush. You will have a high temperature development because knurling is cold forming, so you press the metal in a shape, and this is giving a lot of energy, and you have to cool down. Yeah.
I see. Ifanger have one message to send to customer. Our system helps your operators with our tools to improve your margin and keep you ahead on your market.
Yes.
What meaning?
The idea is you need a good support, you need to be focused on your customer, you need to know that your supplier of tools will not let you fall, and this is the message that we want to push. We are here to help and to take over the problem of our customers, at least by cutting. The other problem we cannot help. And to really support the guy at the machine, because he's the one that is making the money for the company. He's the guy that is bringing the good part in the box.
I see. How about your custom care system?
We have two levels.
Yeah.
In Switzerland, we have our back office, where people take over the questions, orders, phone, mail, etc. coming from customers, and in most of the case can respond immediately. And in abroad, Vietnam for example, we have people like Edscon, and we try to train you to give you the level to be a first responder, to be able by your own to understand the system that way that you can help in most of the case directly your customer. And then the next level is our R&D people, because all of them have been trained on machine. All of them are coming from the machining. So they all have experience with any of our tools and any of materials and machine that we can imagine.
I see.
And this is the next level where we support the people.
And how to record and the feedback from customer and the pain of the customer.
We have it in two levels again. If the customer is happy, usually you hear nothing.
I see.
Does not mean that it's good, but then we visit the people, we visit the customer, and try to get information and look and feel and see if everything is running smooth or not. If we have a reclamation, a claim, this can happen. This can happen. Then we try to understand really what's happened, what was the problem really, and then to find out with a kind of 5 why method, find out what can be changed, what shall be changed, and sometimes it's really technical stuff we can act on, and sometimes it's training of our sales partner as you, or training of end user.
Today we have a training. You training to my team. I learned many. My team learned many. Learn for a technical, learn for the market view, and learn for how to take care of customer. Yes, and the result after.
I also learned a lot.
Thank you. And our market, right? We went for a few days. For after 3 days, we move our customer. We learn from customer because really customer teaches us how to design, how to improve, right? Yes. So now the reason everything we do right now, we need to support the customer, and result the customer give us by PO, by buy-in and really go with us, grow your activity like this. So, could you tell me the success story, one success story, but you feel happy when you everything we do, the customer receive and feedback ours?
Yeah. We have a huge experience with different kind of customers. Small one, big one, very big one.
Yeah.
And one of them was really interesting. Developed with us a new, a special cutting tools, because we have something like 30% of the microturn that are somehow non-catalog, non-standard. And one of them developed this with us. And now, I must say, I am really happy to know that in Asia, at least, millions of people have somehow a dental implant in titanium made with our tools. Made thanks to this special tools developed together. This was not made in one day. We had a lot of tests and trials.
How long for?
Yeah, long.
6 months?
No. So a few months. Because we had to test and retest and optimize, and the customer as well also. Yeah. He also had to change a little his product. But since that time, we supply really a lot of happy customer with dental issues. But it's really nice.
Yeah. Now it's ordered continuously ordered.
Yeah.
Right. Good, so good. This is what we do one result we received from customer. Yesterday, right? Yesterday we have one customer to you for
350,000
pieces one month.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah, 1 month piece. It's a challenge for us. Right?
You need several machines and several tools and holder and everything must fit to it. But we can.
Yeah.
We know this is the kind of customer, the kind of production where we can really serve.
Yes. And now, when we come here, we tell us for new product light. So could you tell some?
Yes, we developed a new kind of tools made for long chips. You must know in Europe we have now an issue with unleaded brass, because the lead as element in alloy shall be banished. And this is causing an issue and big problem in the machining, because the brass unleaded make flowing chips.
Yes.
And we developed a roughing tool and a finishing tool dedicated to this material. We have fantastic results in brass, and now we are testing in steel and 3 or 4 such kind of stainless steel making problem, and also in aluminum.
Yes.
And we know that the tool is good for that. We are only looking now the optimal and best cutting conditions. These are the ones that we are looking for. We will have them in a few months. We will be finished.
Boring tool have big problem with chip evacuation. It means chip come out. Have 2 problems. One, it chip breaker, small, and easy come out. Second, it chip will twist. And make longer for ends. Third one, it make the bird net. Your new tool, which one to improve for certified application like this?
For the roughing tool, the goal, what we aim is to break the chip. To have such an energy coming in the chip movement that it breaks. That it makes short chips and easy to evacuate.
We design breaker, right?
Yeah. A special chip breaker, but also special rake angle, special geometry.
And broken. Yes.
And you need to respect some rules between AP and F and the cutting conditions. And this is really running. For the finishing tool, usually finishing operation in our world is only taking very few materials and requiring very high surface quality.
Yes.
So what we do, we try to curl the chip and make it walk or run along the cutting tool outside. This is avoiding that the tool break because the chip is going outside. Yes.
But how to orient the chip outside?
We have a special geometry also with a chip breaker positioned in a certain way so that the chip will tend to turn. And the chip is warm at this time. It can be changed and can be curled. Yes.
Good. So we have divided two for one for roughing. Roughing and second for finishing.
Yes.
Roughing we try the energy to break down.
To break the
material.
chip. And the other one to control the chip.
Control the chip. And for finishing, you orient it.
Yes.
For the chip
curl it out.
Curl it out.
And this is much easier to handle than some bush. Or,
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, quý vị đã thấy chúng ta đã trải qua một cái cuộc đúng như cuộc nói chuyện với cái ông Olivier là giám đốc cấp cao về sales và quản lý thị trường của công ty Ifanger, một nhà sản xuất dao cụ cắt gọt lớn đến từ Thụy Sĩ. Thì theo cái thông điệp mà Ifanger gửi tới tất cả khách hàng, đó là cutting tool make keep you ahead, có nghĩa là sử dụng cutting tool của Ifanger giúp bạn luôn luôn là người tiên phong và giảm thiểu các cái vấn đề về chi phí và luôn luôn có những sản phẩm tốt và luôn luôn đáp ứng được cái nhu cầu của khách hàng. Không ngoài những cái điều mà chúng tôi muốn mang lại góc nhìn đa chiều từ nhà sản xuất, người phân phối và khách hàng, thì hôm nay chúng tôi đã mang tới cho quý vị một cái góc nhìn mới. Thông qua đây, chúng tôi muốn giới thiệu tới quý vị một nhà sản xuất mà dẫn đầu thế giới về boring, internal boring và internal roofing, có nghĩa là tiện lộ trong và chất độ ra trong, nổi tiếng thế giới. Thì cảm ơn ngài Oliver. Thank you joining our talk show. And we wish our cooperation will develop and continue to stay for the time.
We will. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.